This week on Women Who Hustle.
So it's like it's intentional for me. I am doing it because I want to do it.
Content creator and YouTuber Faiza got her start in the content creation space through a well-known Kenyan gossip blog.
The way I live my life is like, okay, does this feel right? Because if it does, I will do it.
For a while, things seemed to be going her way until a forced retrenchment pushed her to build her own brand.
This is just who I am. I just happen to have a hijab on.
Audacity, fortitude, and sheer willpower pushed her over the edge of fear into the realm of self-belief and purpose.
People are going to be there regardless of whether you post or not. Those who want to stay will stay. Those who want to leave are free to leave, and that's okay. You will find your people. My name is Faiza, and what I do is I'm a social media strategist, and I also create content on Instagram and on YouTube. So I've been doing that for the last, I think, 6 years now. Right now, I'm in Nairobi, which is like the capital city, but I'm from Mombasa, from the coast. That's where I grew up. That's where I went to school. I don't know about the word famous, but I would say popular. And I think it mainly has to do with this thing right here. Because people who wear such things, the hijab, are really, out there and like vocal in that way. So I did finance, a Bachelor of Commerce in Finance for 4 years, and I feel if ever you need a sign from the heavens, from whoever you worship, just look at your life. Like, look at what life is trying to tell you. It can be school, it can be people around you. So I failed, but not really. I was not like bottom of the class. I got a second lower. So after that, I was like, okay, you've been in Nairobi, now you need to go back home because your parents are not going to pay for your accommodation here, and city life is expensive. So I had to go back home. About 6 months later, I got a job, my first job. So I was working as an accounts assistant for, I worked there for like 3 years. I can't really tell you that I enjoyed the job. Maybe the people at work, I was always making noise, but on the side, I was working and making noise and telling people stories. But on the side, as I worked, as I realized that this is not for me, I was writing. I've always been a writer. That's been my passion. And it got to a point where I was like, okay, this is not you. And this is not you. Yeah, why do you keep doing this to yourself? Yeah, you're miserable. You don't like waking up and going to work, because counting money is good, but the whole the technicalities behind that, I just didn't like. So I was writing on the side, I was writing for blogs, I was writing for websites, I was writing for publications, So I was just trying to find a way out of accounting. So I worked for the next 3 years. So I remember at the time, it was 2015, I think mid 2015, yeah. So I was going through like job searches, like on the websites, and I saw one that posted they wanted an intern who would be able to handle accounts. So but it was not a paid opportunity, but I felt like that was my way out. So one day on a Wednesday, in 2015, I just wrote my resignation letter, And okay, this I think this will be helpful to some people who are considering maybe switching careers. Okay, so I'd worked for 3 years, right?
Yes.
And you'd expect that I would be saving money as I found my way out. I was not doing that. I was still living at home. My parents were catering for everything. I was wasting my money. When I decided to resign, I had like 30,000 shillings, I think, which is like around 3,000 rand. So I went home and told my mom, I applied for the internship and I got it. So I went home and told my mom, I think it's time for me to leave. I don't like my job. I think I should look into other things. And of course, you know parents, how they are. Yeah, they're like, hey, so how are you going to survive? You're going all the way to Nairobi. Like, the job is not paying you anything. What are you going to do with yourself? So at the time, my sister was in university and my dad was paying rent. So I was like, I will go and live with my sister. My dad is still paying rent. See, that's a way to fix one of the issues that you have with this whole move. So that's what happened. I grabbed my things and I left. What happened? Okay, I go to Nairobi. I was like, okay, I have 30,000 shillings with me. Yeah, this can stretch me for like 3 months. Just fair, because my mom is paying for food and my dad is paying for rent, so I can eat what my sister was eating. So I was like, at that time, I was reading these motivational books, and they were like, you need to learn how to take risks. You need to jump. You'll find you'll grow your wings on the way down. I was like, yes, this is what I'm going to do, and it's going to work out. So in essence, I think that was just like belief in myself, belief that things are going to work out. That's what made me take that risk.
Coming up,
I had like 8,000 subscribers in like 3 days. Yeah. So I was like, now this is a lot of pressure because you're doing it yourself. Because production, equipment, all that. Like, how are you going to continue?
Ooh, this is the one.
Welcome to a land where the players play and we ride on the page like a road dog. Big bits, east, big games is roaming. Players play. Mid 2016, I am a relative hooked me up with a job. They're like, I know someone. They're looking for someone in the accounting department. Again, I was like, this has to be a joke. This has to be a joke. So I worked at that place for the next, I think, 11 months. But at the time, I got another job writing. Yeah, for someone like a famous Kenyan blogger, fashion blogger, who wanted, who had put up a website and was looking for writers. I met up with her, and it was a paying thing. So I was like, I can do this while I'm accounting. I can write. That's like always. It gives you peace. So around 2017, like early 2017, I get an email. We've seen your work on so and so's website. We'd love it if you wrote for us. So that was Zoomy, and this is the money we are offering you. Of course, it was almost double what I was getting paid as an accountant. I was like, I am leaving. This is it. This is it. I have to go. So first I started out writing part-time for them. So the articles were doing really well. Like, they were doing numbers like you would not believe. And it was mainly entertainment. So that's when I found my niche. That's where I wanted to be, in entertainment. And I remember like way back when I was watching, you remember, I don't know if you remember Fashion Police with like Joan Rivers, and that was my thing. That's what I wanted to do. I knew it. That's how it looked. And I remember describing where I wanted to be to a friend, and I painted a whole picture. And in 2017 and 2018, it happened exactly the way I had said it's going to happen, and even better. So after like 3 months of writing for Zumi, they're like, listen, we need you to come in full time. Like, we cannot, this back and forth and part time and trying to reach you during working hours is not working for us. This is the money we are giving you, and you need to come on board. I was like, yes, I thought you'd never ask. So going into Zumi, I was the first and only employee in that office. Circumstances forced me to do that. Because in late 2019, they're like, we are shutting down. Like, our business model needs to change, and we can no longer accommodate content. You know, it felt, I don't know, it felt like you lost a child. You know, you were pregnant and you gave birth, and now the child has died, and you feel like the emotions. You're like, okay, this was a really good job. I would never, ever, ever trade this job for anything. And now it is gone. Yeah. So for a few months I was like, let me sit down and see, do I continue or not? You know. Because even at the time they were like, okay, you can take all the videos. I still have them. All those videos we used to do, I still have them. You can take your videos, but you're not allowed to repost them. But you can continue with the same idea. You create your own content. We are not going to stop you. So yeah, I opened the YouTube channel immediately when after they announced that they were shutting down, and there was like hype around. And I posted my videos, and I did like 5-6 videos on YouTube. I had like 8,000 subscribers in like 3 days. Yeah. So I was like, now this is a lot of pressure because you're doing it yourself. Because production, equipment, all that. Like, how are you going to continue? So I used to talk to my friends who are videographers and video editors, and they would help me, you know. So at first you get it wrong, the quality is not that good, the sound sometimes is a bit. So I did like 5-6 videos, and I made my money out of it. In 3 months I'd made money on YouTube. So I was like, it's interesting. But now 2020 and the pandemic, things started to like go left. So I was like, okay, I can't even meet up with my friends to shoot because everyone is afraid of getting infected by the virus. And okay, let me just take a break and see what happens. Yeah. So 2020, I didn't really shoot any videos, like maybe 2, because at the time also I got another job working with influencers, like local, like well-known influencers, and doing production for them and their content. So that gave me also like some experience being on the other side. So that's what I did for most of 2020. And then at the time, okay, so I sat down and analyzed everything. I was like, do I continue doing entertainment? But something in me was like, no, no. Like, it felt like it was draining my energy, you know. Sometimes you sit down and your gut tells you that's not the way you're supposed to. If you're talking about people, maybe find a way to talk about people in a nice way, but it won't be marketable because it's gossip, you know, and it's celebrities. So I was like, it's really staining my soul. I just feel like this is wrong all of a sudden. I won't continue doing that. So yeah, that's when I switched to now making reels on Instagram. Yeah, that's what happened. Like, you'd say it's safe. It's a safe type of content, but I think I'm enjoying it. Yeah, it's not too risky. At the same time, it doesn't drain my energy, and people are always in my DMs like, when are you coming back? You know, we miss your celebrity gossip, but I don't think for now, I don't think I want to go back to doing that.
Coming up,
It's not deliberate. It's not, this is just who I am. I just happen to have a hijab on.
Don't wear those catapult pints. Abstain from evil appearance. Those things are not from God. All those G-string catapult pints that you go and buy, that prostitutes are wearing, don't wear it again. God is warning you. Do not wear those things. Stay away from it.
So this whole hijab thing, okay. I think from the outside looking in, it would look like I'm using it. I'm using this to make people talk or something. But my relationship with this hijab, because you're never told that it's a commitment. I remember when I was in uni, I was not wearing this. If you told me to wear it, we would fight. So I was not wearing the hijab in university, but afterwards I was like, okay, maybe because it was kind of forced on me. As a child, you're just told to do things and no explanation behind, like why are we even wearing this? So yeah, after I graduated, I was like, maybe it's time I can try. So there was that style. Yeah, that was me easing into it. Then after a while, it just felt right. But for me, I just see it as it's like, okay, you ask people, who are you outside of your religion? That's where your personality comes in. This is just like an extra, something added on top. It's not deliberate. It's not, this is just who I am. I just happen to have a hijab on. I used to, back in the day, like, people are like, you are a disgrace to the Muslim community, not knowing I don't represent anyone. This is who I am, and I'm ready to stand up for myself regardless. Yeah. So I think after some time, people saw that maybe this is just who she is. Yeah, and they stopped making such comments. When you see people in the comment section, what they write and how they see things, how they perceive things, I think it's important to realize that it's a personal thing. Yeah, your own awareness will reflect the type of things that you say about other people. So maybe it's someone who wants to be in the same position. Yeah, maybe they wish they could do and be themselves the way that I am, and it's triggering something in them. So they might say something like, "You are embarrassing us, and this is not what you're supposed to do." But I make no apologies about who I am. I know I am never going to be perfect. I know I am never going to have all the answers. So the way I live my life is like, okay, does this feel right? Because if it does, I will do it for myself. How it looks to other people, I think, is none of my business at the end of the day. I think for now, 2020 opened a lot of eyes. Yeah, it was 2020 for the vision was clear. Yeah, this is not what I need to. Okay, was I doing content to please people, or was I doing it for myself? And I came to the conclusion that it was 50-50. But when you sit down, you're like, what do you really want? Do you really want to succumb to pressure because people are watching and waiting? So I took a break. At some point in 2020, I was not posting anything. I was going back and forth, Nairobi, home, spending time with my parents. I was like, listen, I didn't even have the energy to post anything. Like, life for me in 2020 was dark and grim. I can laugh about it now, but in 2020, I realized a lot of things about myself. So I was like, listen, people are going to be there regardless of whether you post or not. Those who want to stay will stay. Those who want to leave are free to leave, and that's okay. You will find your people. Yeah. So I was like, so end of 2020, I was like, now you've slept too much. You need to start creating content again. Like, you need to get motivated. So I got a new phone that was better quality-ish. A friend of mine was like, okay, you've been down for too long, I'll buy you a ring light. They got me a ring light and a tripod, and they're like, now start creating content. So at the time I was watching what other people were doing, so I started testing it out slowly and like trying to feel my way and see. Because Reels was a pretty new feature at the time. So I was like, am I turning into a TikTok person? I'm too old for this. But I was like, at the end of the day, you need to have fun. If you're not having fun creating that content, then it's just peer pressure, or like because you're seeing other people doing it. So it's like, it's intentional for me. I am doing it because I want to do it, not because I feel pressured to do it.
Next time on #WomenWhoHustle.
We're never going to go back to how it used to be. So I loved it and I decided to go for it and I studied it, I did a certification, I became a professional, and really I haven't regretted that decision ever since then. Be true to who you are. Like, know what it is that is your passion.
Don't be afraid to try new things. Yeah. Just because you are doing something that people identified with and you need to switch, you feel like you need to switch, do not be afraid of doing that. Because at the end of the day, it's not about what people want. How does it feel to you? Number two, I think this has nothing to. I think all the things I'm going to say have nothing to do with money at this point in my life. Number two is like, live in the moment. If you ask me if I enjoyed, I was present while enjoying what I was doing, I'd tell you no, I was not. Yeah. So I've learned to live in the moment with everything that I am doing, because it's fleeting. At some point it might not be there. You'll be doing other things. Stay in your lane and focus on what you're doing. Yeah? If you look at other people, then I've tried doing that, I have done that, and the content didn't do well. The content didn't do well. And so I was like, okay, I need to see what other people are saying, like the fans, the people who follow me, the day ones, people who started out with me, what they're saying about this new content, and work from there. It's okay for your content creators to grow. Yeah. They don't have to follow the same route that they've been following for the longest time. If they feel they need to switch, then if you're okay with it, you will follow. If not, you can leave. It's a free country, it's a free world. I think you can unfollow, which is okay. It's okay. Yeah. I am like, I've done 3 podcast episodes with a friend. we are going to focus on Muslim women and how to navigate life when you're on the fence. Because it's like, okay, I'm Muslim, at the same time I'm trying to find my way and figure out who I am, which is not always acceptable to the community, but at some point you have to, and we have to. We wanted to shed some light on our own experiences, and hopefully it's going to help someone. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I am doing, and also focus on YouTube. There's that. What other thing? What did I want to do? I had something. Oh yeah. As I want to become an entrepreneur and find new ways of making money, because content creation, especially in our country, is tough. By the way, that's the other thing they need to know. It's tough. When you want to make money, you'll realize that the market is saturated, but since you love what you do, there's no way you're going to stop, and hopefully you will find ways to make money. So yeah, venture into other forms of making money. I don't know, at this point in my life, I'm not employed. Thankfully, I've been enjoying my life freelancing. Do I want to sit behind the desk? For now, no. So I've been doing that, planning my work and waking up when I want, and hanging out with friends who are in the same situation right now, which has been good. So yeah, I'll continue doing that until I become a millionaire. So take that risk. Take that risk. It is worth it. It is going to be worth it. And the worst that can happen is you fail. That's the worst that can happen. You won't die. You will fail and learn something about yourself and life from that failure. But it rarely ever happens, but you will, something will work out. So take that risk.